All right, today we're doing a full cinematic breakdown of the super stylish thriller, Crime 101. We're going to be dissecting the anatomy of this modern noir, everything from its high-stakes plot to the incredible neon-soaked visuals that really define its world.
This right here, this single idea is basically the engine for the entire film. And we're not just talking about the money, right? It's about the personal price each character is forced to pay for what they want, whether that's ambition, desperation, or even just a sense of duty. This idea of consequence, it is woven into every single scene.
So let's see exactly how that theme plays out in the main conflict. The whole film is built around this central heist, but its real power, its real punch, comes from the collision of lives it sets in motion.
Okay, so at the center of all this, you've got Mike Davis. Now, this guy is not your average smash-and-grab thief. Oh no, he's incredibly disciplined, absolutely meticulous, a professional whose calculated strategy has kept him a total ghost to law enforcement. His trademark? A series of high-value jewel heists, all happening along California's 101 freeway. And his plan for one last score? Well, that's what kicks the entire story into high gear.
But here's the thing. This isn't some simple cat-and-mouse game. It's way more complex. It's a three-way narrative collision. First, you've got Mike's meticulous strategy, which builds all that nail-biting suspense. Then you've got the obstacle, Detective Lubznik, who is this relentless force of the law. And finally, you have the wild card, Sharon. Her unpredictable moves threaten to unravel everything for everyone.
Now, let's really look at the players at the heart of this whole collision. To really get the story, we need to understand not just what these characters do, but what's actually driving them deep down.
The film's core tension really comes from these opposing motivations. It's fascinating. You have two hunters on totally opposite sides of the law. Mike Davis is hunting for that one perfect score, while Detective Lou Lubasnik is hunting for justice, period. And caught squarely between them? That's Sharon. Her motivation is this desperate internal struggle between finding some kind of redemption and just pure survival.
And this is where the character dynamics get really interesting. Mike and Lou are basically mirror images of each other. They're both disciplined, obsessive, and brilliant at what they do. But one operates with this moral ambiguity, in the shadows, while the other represents an unwavering moral code. This parallel makes their inevitable confrontation so much more than just a physical clash. It's an ideological one.
And of course, the story gets even deeper thanks to this powerful ensemble cast. These characters aren't just in the background. They introduce all new complications, they shift allegiances, and they create these external pressures that push our three main characters to their absolute limits.
But listen, Crime 101 isn't just about the plot and characters. Its story is told just as much through its distinct visual style. Seriously, the whole look and feel are essential to its impact.
So to really get what the film is doing visually, we've got to understand its genre, which is neo-noir. Basically, it takes all those classic elements of old-school film noir, the shadows, the cynical worldview, the morally gray characters, and it just updates them for a contemporary setting.
And here's how the director, Bart Layton, uses the camera as a storytelling tool itself. The dark cityscapes of LA basically become a character in the movie. The high-contrast neon lighting, that reinforces the stark moral choices everyone has to make. And you have to notice the constant use of wet, reflective surfaces. That's a visual metaphor for the fractured morality of the characters themselves. It's just masterfully done.
All of this brings us to the ultimate question the film poses, the thematic core that really elevates it beyond a simple heist movie. What is the true cost of the choices these characters make?
And the film never gives you an easy answer. Instead, it's constantly pushing you, the viewer, to question where that line is. As Mike's plans start to spiral out of control, Lou's methods get more extreme, and Sharon's desperation just grows and grows, the definitions of right and wrong begin to blur for absolutely everyone involved.
So really, these three themes are constantly twisting around each other. You've got Mike, who's loyal to his professional code, and Lou, who's loyal to the law. But it's desperation that forces Sharon to question where her loyalties even lie. And that pushes all three of them into this gray area of moral ambiguity, where every single decision carries immense weight. And that right there is the ultimate takeaway. The heist is just the catalyst. The real story, the real tension in Crime 101 unfolds in the aftermath. It's all about the humanity, or maybe the lack of it, that's revealed when these carefully laid plans just crumble, and people are left with nothing but their choices and the consequences that follow. Makes you think, right? What would you choose?